My new mattress has turned up. Now it was dropped into next door because for some reason I wasn't here or I didn't hear it because the bell's not working. And it was a job to get it to the front door. So I don't know how I'm going to get it upstairs because it's very, very heavy. So I'm hoping I can just slide it up. But whatever happens, it's going to be a comedy moment. Alright, I haven't got the proper hooks yet for these curtains. So what I might do is, I might just open the curtains, open the windows, I mean. Oh, I'm exhausted after bringing that. I might just open the curtains for the time being. And just do it that way. There you go, because nobody wants to wake up in the morning and see my cock and balls. Certainly frosty out there. Now, some of the wise ones amongst you will be asking, where is the bed frame? Well, the bed frame is turning up later in the week, but I'm going to put the mattress out anyway. Now, is this going to jump out by itself? I do not know. It's just going on and on. I can hear some whistling. Is it about to explode? See, it's not that big a room. But I don't think there's even any space for a bedside cabinet. Now, this is a mattress. Okay, right, do we just break this then? And as the air rushes in. Oh, hello. I feel like I'm on the Titanic. Save yourself. Look at that. Take the plastic off in a minute. I'm so exhausted. Oh, that's a nice, I like it hard. That's what I do. Yes. And that's the right firmness for me. Nice hard bed. Beautiful. Right. I'm going to actually sleep on the floor tonight on the mattress. And then when the frame comes a bit later in the week, I'll then have to maneuver it around again. Oh, right, let me go and get the scissors, take this off, and then I'll be needing a good cup of tea. Well, it's been a busy old morning today. I put some washing out on the line. Try and make use of this good weather, because apparently the weather is going to turn in the next week and become rather wintry, and there is a promise of snow. But yesterday I was up on top of the mountain, and even up there is still snow. So today is a day for the house. It's hard to believe that tomorrow I would have been here for a week. Time has certainly flown. Now, in this room here, it is very small, and I was going to put a desk in here and have a sort of office. But the radiator, I cannot find out how to shut it off. So we're onto it, but for the time being, I thought this might be a good space for me to put my wardrobe. I've sort of bought one of these very cheap freestanding ones. And it dawned on me just now, rather than bringing the clothes in at the end of the day, because obviously they're not going to be that dry, I will put them in front of this radiator on this contraption that I'm about to make. It's amazing how much plastic is used in things. Also, I feel that today is a good day for the house, because when I walked up the mountain yesterday, and I'll put a link to that video below just in case you haven't seen it, my right knee is a bit sore today. So it's a good job that I've got a task that needs doing at home. You know, there are still boxes that I haven't sorted out yet. It's quite exhausting moving into a new place. I've got to the end of the first week and there's still loads of things to do. Now, they don't all have to be done in the first week, I grant you that. But it's best just to crack on and get them done. So today, as you can see, I'm doing this thing. I forget what they call this now. But I think that is a good idea there. Put that there, warm up my clothes. But also, I'm already starting to take on board the cost of things. And let's try and keep the costs down from the get-go. Right, is that the right end? Yes, it is. But the good thing is, I've come here halfway through the winter, so it's only going to get better. Spring won't be that far away. So in theory, the bills shouldn't be that high when they do come. The cats seem to be settling quite well. Obviously, they were quiet for the first 24 hours, but we're now getting into a pattern of things. And in the day, they tend to be quiet. And I can't remember who it was, I'm sorry, but one of you suggested that in the night to open the doors for the rooms, which is what I did. And in the night, they are very active, running around the place and exploring. And then around about 4 o'clock in the morning, they'll come upstairs, poke their heads into the bedroom just to make sure that I'm still there. And then they go about having their games again. And I'll try and catch it on film, but I saw Amber. I have a little ball for the cats to play with. And she was actually, oh, I can't get that down. And she was actually running around with it in her mouth, as if she was a dog. Okay, you can stay like that. According to the picture, one of them, they suggest, goes down a bit further, and then the other one stays up. But it is good enough for me. So, there we go. That is the wardrobe come drying rack done. Right, you won't believe how much there is to build. I'm not going to show you it all, don't be afraid of that, but let's crack on. So I am having a bit of difficulty getting down the stairs with my knee, but if I walk down sideways it seems to be fine. Oh, so I'm hoping, although my weight has gone up and I've only been here for a week, but I think it's because of all the Welsh cakes. Yeah, this is where everything is sort of being dumped for the time being until I can get it sorted. But the living room, the sofa turned up this morning, so that needs to be built. haven't decided where. Originally I was going to put it over here because I thought by bringing the bike in, the bike is under the stairs. Let me just show you this. It's a traditional Welsh understairs outfit. So the bike is under there. And look at those traditional slab stones there. I'm not allowing the cats to come into here just yet, just in case they get stuck down one of those little dark corners. Try and keep this door open at all times because the cat's food is in the kitchen. So yes, the sofa was going to go on this side so that it makes it easier to bring the bike in and out of the house. But it's not the warmest house in the world. And it takes a while to heat up because all these walls are traditional Welsh brick, like really thick brick. So it takes a long time to warm the house up. So what I thought I would do is I would put my sofa on this side against the radiator so that the heat will come from it. I quite like my little breakfast corner here. So I come out in the morning, I put my kettle and stuff and have my little breakfast there. So I don't know what's going on this side. It feels like there should be something there. Maybe I'm going to go down to the British Heart Foundation and have a look at what they've got, because apparently you can buy some stuff, some really good stuff down there, quite cheap. This is not going to stay here. That's to go upstairs to the bedroom. So maybe a chest of drawers or some, like something quite big. But the thing is, I don't want to start filling the place up with things. As you can see from the room next door, there is a load of stuff to sort out. Right, let's have a cup of tea and then we'll go back upstairs. Oh, just before we do, look at this. I brought this with me. This is, I don't know if it's a Welsh thing, but this is where I've seen them. But it is a water bottle. So you put the hot water in there and you put it upstairs, you put it in the bed, warms it up a treat. So it is a traditional Welsh miner's cottage. So that's how I think it should be decorated. Right, let's have a cup of tea, because this kettle, I can already tell you, takes 8 minutes to boil. So I don't know whether to stay with boiling the kettle on the stove or to actually get an electric kettle. I don't mind waiting for 8 minutes for it to boil, but the thing is, the hob is then quite warm. So I'm a bit on edge that the cats might jump up, although they've never jumped up on workstations before where there's food. So I'm not going to encourage that now, but I don't want to take the chance to take the kettle off. Because if you put the kettle back on the hob you've just heated up, the kettle carries on boiling. So there's a possibility it could boil dry. So I don't know. I might invest in an electric kettle just for the purposes of having a cup of tea. And also, again, keeping an eye on cost. I don't know if it's cheaper to have an electric kettle that bursts into life and then is boiled, or whether to do it on this stove. Maybe once I find where the meter is, I could do a test and switch everything off and do the kettle on the stove, then borrow a kettle off somebody and do it that way, and then we'll try and work out the cost like that. But the thing with 8 minutes for the kettle is, it does certainly slow you down. It's part of this slow living, and it just gives you time to reflect a bit, go off and do something else, because this has got a whistle kettle. There you are. I can just hear it starting to boil up now. So it's got a whistle on, so I can be upstairs and I can do something. So it does slow you down, especially when making breakfast in the morning. I still haven't come to terms yet with how the stove works regarding toast. I've made toast twice and it's come out as pale as it's gone in, although a bit crusty. So I still need to do a few more tests to find out how long it takes to make my own toast. But yes, I think the exhaustion of moving has slowly started to hit me today. It's either that or the fact that I went out for a 6-hour hike yesterday up to the top of Penpeach and back. Maybe it's a combination of everything. I need a few more days to, well, the weekend is about to appear. So I'll take it easy, take it slow and steady, and just relax for a bit to get ready for next week. Because if the weather forecast is to be believed, we could get snowed in. I remember quite a few occasions as a child where the snow here would be 6 foot deep and the milkman couldn't get in for about a week, and we had to just deal with the food that we had in the cupboards. So one of the tasks I want to do today is to put in an order or go down to the local shop to do a bit of shopping. I think I might do an order so they can bring it to the door, because I'm going to do, as we would say in Wales, a big shop. Do a big shop, get everything in, and then I'll be set for the rest of the month. Right, let's get this cup of tea sorted. So there's a bit of a game going on at the moment. Because the cats haven't got used to the whistling of the kettle, I try and get to it before it actually goes into full blast. So I'm always hearing out. There it is. There you go. So I'll just show you a quick view of the garden. As you can see, my washing is out there. So it's not that big. It looks a lot bigger on video than it is in real life. And somebody made a comment when I put a picture onto Instagram about how much concrete there was. You can't put today's values on something that was done about 150 years ago, 120 years ago. This is the way they built the cottages in Wales. But I'll take you out there in a few days and we'll have a proper tour, because I need to have an explore of what is actually there, because I can see there are a few spring bulbs. But that's for another day. Finished. Right, just get these clothes in now, because it's getting quite chilly. Oh, it's quite steep steps. It doesn't really show on the video. Right, obviously this is still a bit wet, so I'll put these on that new dryer that I erected this morning. I'll give a proper tour of the garden on a warmer day. But there are a few spring bulbs coming up, and at the back here is a bit of snow on the mountain. I won't be leaving the cats out for at least a month. Although this weather is so cold, I might not let them out until spring. Oh, I'll have a good cup of tea now, warm me up, and a nice rest. It's been a tough day today. I think this will work out quite well, to be honest. I need to unpack my boxes in order to find out where my coat hangers are. But for the time being, there you are. Look how great that is. Then the heat from the radiator warms it up, gorgeous, like. It's just I need these clothes for the weekend. I'm going to Cardiff. I have signed up for a course for people who have been out of the TV and film industry for a few years. It's a sort of introduction, and whether I actually want to go back into that industry, I do not know at the moment. But I thought it was good just to go and have a little recap and see if I've still got the skills. Right, time for a cup of tea. Thanks for joining me, and I'll catch up with you really soon. Well, hopefully, we'll be in the garden. Bye for now.